What's up?
Aren't you doing it for the likes?
Nah, I ain't doing it for the likes.
Oh, okay. Hold up. So you doing it for the pussy?
Nah, I mean, yeah, no, I ain't doing it for that.
Okay, then. What are you doing it for?
Man, I do it for the culture.
Nick, you ever have your ass eaten?
Nah, man, booty hole is untouched.
Really?
Yeah, like
it by choice, or-
nobody's tried it.
Oh, so you're waiting for somebody to try it.
I would, I want to see who makes a move so I can be like, oh, what you doing right there? Like,
I got my ass eaten one
Try
time.
to act like you don't like it.
no, I not even try, but just try to act like what you doing, like just so I can have that conversation, just so I can catch them. Like, hey, what do you think you was doing violating me like that? Like, come on now.
Ty, you ever have your ass eaten?
Fuck no.
Anybody tried it?
No.
Finger?
No.
Would you let somebody peg you? I saw you post that thing on Facebook with the pegging.
Absolutely not. Nothing's going in there.
And women try.
That is an exit.
All right.
What if the guest from the last episode, that was the only way that she'd fuck you, is if
Fian?
if you let her peg you?
I like Fian, but she's not fine enough to peg me.
Hold on, Nick. Wait, hold on. I have to make business.
Wait, he has to calculate.
All right, you can go. My decision. I'm firm on my stance.
But what if it's like a Pinocchio nose size? Like it's not like super.
It doesn't matter the size of the peg. It's still a peg.
Yeah.
I don't think
It doesn't matter the size of a peg if it's something like this compared to like this.
You know why I say no, not the microphone to the wire cord or whatever aux cord. The reason why I don't think I would have somebody peg me, and this is probably a little nasty, but this is just me. So like when I'm wiping my ass, right? I don't know why, but my shit is like real sensitive, and like you ever catch like red if you're doing too much with using too much paper. Like, my shit is always like somewhat bloody. So like.
You have a hemorrhoid?
It's a sensitive. No, it's
Nigga got hemorrhoids.
No, hemorrhoids are different. Hemorrhoids is like you backed up and it hurts to shit. But I'm just talking about wiping. Like when you wipe too much, you can like it could get sensitive.
Yeah, you get like a little rash or something.
Maybe the paper isn't good with the paper that we use or whatever like that.
They using that Scott's.
You don't use wipes?
We fucking do use Scott's. That's some cheap shit. I gotta get
That's the
Charmin.
newspaper. That shit feels like newspaper.
All right, so it's the paper that I'm using. It makes it sensitive. So like I just think my shit is too sensitive for me to enjoy it.
Yo, treat your butthole and get some wipes.
Yeah. But the solution when you have a sensitive hole is to use Vaseline. My grandmother.
All right, you're already halfway to pegging if you're using Vaseline.
That's not true.
You lubing it up.
Petroleum jelly, baby. Petroleum jelly.
KY. Use that KY.
To make sure my shit heals because it was hurting.
Ooh.
It's for the pain. It's for the pain. It's an old Haitian trick. Use petroleum
It's
jelly.
an old Haitian trick.
My grandmother taught it.
What are they doing in
She told me, she's like, if your ass keeps hurting like this, because I'm not going to wipe your ass for you. Okay, you take a finger and then you rub on your ass.
In Mexican culture, we use Vicks.
You Vicks vapor rub
On the ass.
that shit feels like a breath mint in there. Just booty cheeks outwards. This is really disgusting. Hey, welcome to For the Culture Live, guys. Another episode. It's your host, Nick Alexander. Here to my left is Tony Ty Sterlin, a.k.a.
Comedy Bones, baby.
And then Paul's going to kick it with us. Paul is in hype mode because we going to the Clippers game tonight to take in some basketball, some Clippers versus Mavs. He and Luka Doncic, the rookie Euro guard. Mm-hmm.
I'm only going for the bobblehead.
He's going for it's Jerry West bobblehead night, right?
Yeah.
You were really about that shit.
I want like Jerry West with like the super short shorts and like a business tie. I think that's the bobblehead they're giving out tonight.
Okay, all right. I mean, I'm with the shits. I respect Paul because he is a diehard Clipper fan and in a town where it's just easier, it's convenient. Some people just say better overall, just to go with the fucking Lakers because they're the dynasty of the league. You know what I mean? But you came out, you Clipper Nation, so salute to that. Tony's pulling up too.
Of course.
You know?
I'm going to watch them lose.
I'm going to watch them lose. Right.
I'm a Laker fan.
This is playoff stakes right here. So he's rooting for the loss.
Yes.
And then we're going to get this. I'm going to say this to see.
And I hate Patrick Beverly, but y'all know that.
Yeah. And we are some Beverly haters. I will.
Point guard, Patrick Beverly.
He ain't no god of anything. He's Aries, nigga. He's the point god of war. This nigga be taking out kneecaps and wasn't even necessary. The referee already called timeout. That cost Russell Westbrook a playoffs. I still remember that OKC playoffs.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Well, he's not coming to the Lakers, so who cares?
If he came to the Lakers,
let's get this Clipper Laker. Go ahead. Get the Clipper Laker.
Oh man, I'd be livid if they found a way to sign Patrick Beverly.
The Lakers found a way?
Yeah, like you know how like you have that hated player, but it's like if he's on your team, you like him.
Yeah.
I hate him either way.
Yeah.
I will never like him. He's just dirty. He's dirty. I don't like dirty niggas. I hate it.
Dirty
man.
like Nick's butthole after Scott's.
Yeah, rub some Vaseline on Patrick Beverly.
You should try like phone book paper.
I feel like he just needs like a good haircut and a bad bitch, and I think he would be like a little subdued.
Somebody just need to whoop his ass.
And ain't nobody trying him.
That's how I feel about James Harden.
Nah, why didn't
No,
he do that?
James Harden don't need his ass. He already got that elbow from Ron Artest. That's enough.
He needs another one.
And-
That
throat.
shit gave him
Yeah.
it gave him a
It
concussion.
made him the
didn't
MVP. He wouldn't have been an MVP without that elbow.
You think it drove him?
Yeah.
It should knock some
Propelled
sense
him
in his ass.
to get better, stronger, faster.
He went from 6 man to MVP with one elbow shot to the head. What would you do for stardom?
Right.
Have you ever
What
seen
would
that
you
shit
do?
in slow motion?
That shit was hard, man.
His neck
Moved
went
like-
out of place. I was like, damn.
Yeah, I was like, God damn. I wasn't one of Ron's proudest moments.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, you wilding out, Ron. That after the Malice in the Palace, like you should have just toned it down for the rest of your career. You jumped in the crowd and beat up kids.
I just like when he fake squared up with Serge Ibaka.
Mm,
Oh, Harden.
that was a good one.
Oh yeah, I
No,
remember.
yeah, Ron Artest.
Ron Artest.
Oh,
That was when the
Ron Artest.
Lakers and Thunder, right? We're going
That's-
at
it was that same play.
It was
That
a
same
what?
play.
Oh, right.
Because then Serge wanted to like square up, but the thing is Serge is soft, so
Mm-hmm.
Serge do like to get into like little scuffles. I don't know, man. He from Congo, isn't he?
Yeah, Congo. Yeah, Congo.
I'm not. I don't know, man. Them niggas fight.
You know, I don't trust the African strength. You know, like the African strength is different than
It
other
is.
people's strength. They just have like this force, and you just look at like their elbows and like their fists. It's just different. You just don't
Yeah.
really want it with them.
that's
Yeah.
why the Lakers are signing Bismack Biyombo to a max contract. You heard it here
Fuck
first.
Bismack.
You heard it here first.
He tired. He eating too many Big Macs. That's why he trash. He ain't doing shit in Charlotte. He took that money and just chilled.
Yeah, he's going to be an expiring deal.
Yeah. But all right, so let's move on from basketball. I'm sure we got other stuff to talk about. Oscars happened last night. Anybody pay attention to any awards? I mean, Spike kind of got an award, but it wasn't like the real award. It was like adapted screenplay is still an accomplishment, but we all know like your Spike is a director. So directors only care about best director or the movie, and he didn't get it. Green Book took everything.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like. It's weird. He lost both times to a movie about to a black man and a white man, or a black person and a white person in the car.
Uh-huh.
Like, because in '89, Do the Right Thing lost to Driving Miss Daisy. So he loses to the same kind of movie set in like old
Jesus
times
Christ.
and shit like that. Like, it's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that gets championed.
Yeah.
It's weird.
But did you think Spike deserved best director or best?
I mean, Clint, I didn't see all of them, so it's always going to be a little bit of bias. His opinion would come out of biasness.
Uh-huh.
Even with Klansman, as good as I like Klansman, I don't know if it was like best picture of the year or him. But directed wise, it was good. But I didn't see the other ones to make really an informed opinion. But I felt like he already should have got his from Malcolm X and or Do the Right Thing. Usually they always give it to you like for a movie that maybe wasn't your best one. But
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. So I don't really have an informed opinion.
Yeah. Well, I feel like didn't Spike try to leave? Isn't that why
He walked out,
Yeah.
but then he came back to the seat. He just did he was just extra. He just had the theatrics like, man, fuck this shit, this is some bullshit. And then he came back.
Yeah. That's,
But
that's rough.
he was shading it in the speeches afterwards, like during the interviews, and they asked him. So they come up here and asked him, asked Spike, what were your thoughts on Green Book? Did you see it? What did you think of the film? And he was like, you British? He's like, yeah. He's like, you British? He's like, yeah. So I'm gonna give y'all a British answer. Wasn't my cup of tea. And then he just like fucking start laughing. Yo, Spike like he laughed like a classic black folk. Like they be moving around in circle, running around. Like he started doing that. That shit was hilarious.
Green Book, is that the one with Mahershala?
Yeah, that's the one Mahershala one. He won the best supporting, so shout out to Mahersh. Yeah.
I call him Mahersh.
Yeah,
Shout out to Mahersh.
Shout out to the Hirsch.
You saved one syllable on that. That's it. What was the direct? Best director 5 out of the last 6 years has been a Mexican director.
Yeah, my grandmother has a hot take on that. I talked to my grandmother this morning because it was
Okay,
her birthday. Happy birthday, grandma.
Wait. Hot takes from the 50s. Let's do it.
Right. She says the reason why Mexicans have been winning the last few years is the Academy in their way sticking it to Trump.
That's funny.
So we're like, we're gonna award Mexicans for their work.
Yeah.
Since you want to put a wall and divide them,
We'll take it.
we'll take it. But I mean, they're good. They're quality films, right? So,
Yeah, and Roma.
I haven't seen them.
Roma with.
Did you see the
Yelitsa.
films?
No, but I've
You're not
heard.
supporting your people, Paul?
I'm not supporting my people. I'm anti. No, I'm joking. But that girl, the Yelitsa, the one that's like blowing up, she's the first indigenous Mexican actress, or like the biggest one. So basically, whenever there's like an actress from Mexico, they look very European and very kind of like white. It's like white with like a Latin flavor, you know? But this girl looks full on like
Straight
indigenous
Mexican.
Native American. Like if you look at her, you're like, oh, you've seen her walk on this street in because she's from Oaxaca, and this like K town is all like half Korean, half Oaxacan. So it's like it's the short brand of Mexican, the short dark brown brand of Mexican. That's what
They are the different brands of Mexican, though.
Many, yeah.
In New York, the ones in New York are like,
they're called Puerto Rican.
I call them the Pokemons. The little brown ones.
Yeah.
They look so different. Like their noses are flat. It's very different.
Yeah, those are like the indigenous looking ones.
With the Indian, they have more of the Indian mixing.
Yeah, and then there's the ones that look like me, which are like the white ones.
You're the white ones.
Yeah.
Cabo had. I didn't barely saw any. Like, well, the Mexicans, like the ones who like came to the house, who worked on the villa, like those were like the real Mexicans. They looked normal. It was cool. It wasn't like anything crazy.
They look normal.
Yeah, like I mean, because people just be having like these weird things. I'm like, no, because depending on the side of the country, like in Puerto Rico, like there's a side where they're way more pale than in like San Juan, because that's more of the mountains are, you don't get sunlight, so naturally you're gonna be more pale. The people are lighter, and then if that was a more like Euro infested area where it's this area is more African.
Yeah.
Colonized, centric or whatever like that. So it does depend on the part of the country you are.
Yeah.
Like Mexico City is not going to look like Cancun and Tijuana, and that's not going to look like.
Yeah, it all depends, because there's like the sect of Mexico where Muslims came. There's the sect of Mexico where it's been mostly indigenous. There's a sect of Mexico where Spain and France came in. So it's like literally Mexico is kind of like the United States in terms of like, it's a big mix, and it was a big place where a lot of people immigrated to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's kind of how like Peru is with Asians. That's why Pamela is Japanese and Peruvian. Because,
okay, that was the Spanish. All right.
Yeah, because during the war, I forgot what war it was. A lot of Japans fled to Peru. So like there was a lot of
after World War II.
Was it It might have been World War II.
Okay.
And there's a lot of Japanese people in Peru.
Yeah.
So that's why you get that mix.
Yo, the thing that'll trip you out the hardest, I went to a Carl's Jr. in Guadalajara because, of course, I did, and I look like this. But I went there, and there was a bunch of, Japanese people who only spoke Japanese and Spanish. And that'll just throw you off because we feel like English is like the intermediary language, but just like Japanese and Spanish. Oh,
you know what'll really fuck you up? When you see the Asians that speak patois. So, like, when I was working at FedEx, we had, like, a group of, like, Asian dudes.
Oh yeah, there's
right?
a huge Chinese population in Jamaica.
They look like Jackie Chan and Bruce Lee. You know what I mean? And they talk like this, man. You know what I mean?
Wagwan.
Yeah, wagwan. Fire for that. Fire. Oh shit.
Suya?
What are you? Juntao?
Junta. Why we want to go back to rush hour? We stupid, man. That's my only reference of Chinese names. Suyang. Juntao. Yo, pivot. All right, let's stop being halfway racist. Tony, what we got on the docket, man? Let's put it's Tony time. It's Thai time for some deep dives. What's up, baby?
All right. So all the facts is out about 6ix9ine. Before we didn't really know too much.
Yes,
we
this has been a case you've been patrolling.
Yes, we've just been speculating on what's been going on, and all the facts is out, and it's a known fact that he snitched on his mans. Not only did he snitch on the gang or whatever, because they were fucking his baby mom and they were stealing from him or whatever. But he snitched
She was
on
good at the pussy?
He snitched. The way they found out, they put a wire in her house. And the way they got him to flip was they played the audio that they had of the wire in the house of Shadi, the bald-haired black dude.
His right-hand man?
Yeah. Well, not his manager.
Okay.
His right-hand man is Cool to Be, the one who's always like merely rocking in his videos and shit. But there's an audio of Shadi fucking his baby mom, and he heard that, and that's what they got him to flip. My thing is
always women. Women are always at the center of this bitch.
I think he was gonna snitch anyways, but that's like
that icing on the cake.
Yeah, 47 years. You not really like that. You know what I mean? You were just kind of like, you were just in that life because they those niggas gave you protection. They allow you to talk that shit because nobody could test you because you got your people with you. So now he in jail in general population with all these real roughneck ass niggas. Like
He couldn't handle it.
He's not.
He's really gonna go do what, Zach?
Yeah, he has to. He can't go back to New York.
Yeah, he could.
No.
If you stay in the city, you get an apartment in the city.
You know, Alpo can't go back to New York, right?
Oh, he's banned.
Yeah, like because you know he snitched. He snitched on he snitched on Wayne Perry, who's not even from New York. He's from D.C.
Right.
But because he's labeled a snitch or rat, he cannot go back to New York.
By the streets or not by the government?
By the streets.
I think he can go to New York.
I'm telling you.
Who when these niggas ain't coming up to the city?
Okay.
I think he'll go. I think he'll do the Breakfast Club again. I think we'll see him on Hot 97.
Alpo?
No, I'm talking about Tekashi.
Oh, I don't think so.
You don't think he's doing it?
No, you know why?
Oh.
Because if he goes back, that whoever didn't go to jail is still in the streets. So if they catch him slipping, like he doesn't have protection no more. He doesn't have his
He got
gang on
a higher
deck.
security. He got to spend money.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, all right. I guess you got to make do in L.A. and
but
everywhere else.
the real shit that fucked me up is like So for example, you my right hand man, right? I got a beef with Paul. I give you
Paul, the Mexican.
I give you $30K.
Sorry, Paul.
How'd you know my nickname?
I give you $30K to come over here to the pop-up shop and spray this bitch up to scare Paul.
Just to scare him.
Yeah, right.
Shoot down the comedy.
Nobody
pop-up
knows
guy.
it's you, but I get caught in some shit. Now they telling me I got to start giving up names, and I give you up. That's what happened with Kuda B. Like he put him on to the crime and then snitched on him. That's the shit that's fucking me up.
That's whack.
dog.
That's whack
It is
behavior.
whack.
But what I don't like is how I'm seeing like any nigga who's really talking on the internet ain't a real nigga anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But this gangster's now trying to justify Tekashi's like, what you expect him to do? Like he has tats on his face. I see this video. What you expect him to do? They was gonna give him everything, man. You gotta just, you know what I'm saying, protect your family. You gotta protect yourself at the end of the day.
I seen that.
So
video.
we're in an age now in the culture where the streets are trying to justify snitching. And it's like, this is just where we're going with it. But at the end of the day, the streets thing is always to a degree a myth. Because even the ones that we deem so-called the hardest niggas ever all end up snitching.
Yeah, but this is my whole thing, right? The streets is never made for you to like succeed.
There's no success. You get a great 5 year, 2 to 5 years of
The game
the
is
life.
fucked up to begin with, so why would you even put yourself in that situation? Now you decided to put yourself in that situation. Now you got to live by these rules, knowing that you're not tough enough to do that. Because at the end of the day, like you said, they all end up snitching anyway. So why you end up putting yourself in that predicament, dog?
It's the allure, man. The quick fix, the access of money, quick money, power. You know what I'm saying? Like bitches, car, jewelry, just material shit. I mean, we all fall victim to the temptation. Like we do it on a smaller scale. Like we don't feel like we gotta all the way go out there like guns blazing for the shit. But we crave it for some reason. It's just something that we just want to have in possession of, man. I don't know. And niggas don't want to really work 20 years or 10 to 15 years in something else before it comes. They want it right away, and that's the fastest way to it, unfortunately.
And I get you have a family, but that was your man, boy.
That was your man's.
Like at the end of the day, I don't think
I'm not fucking your girl.
Yeah, like I shot at a nigga for you, bro. And you put me in jail for the same thing that you asked me to do. Come on, dog. That shit.
He can't.
And on top of that, Kuda B don't have the lawyers he got.
Yeah,
so he's going away.
He's gone.
He's gone.
His life over.
You know what I mean, it's over for him. So
Kuda B about to be Kuda Cheeks.
Yeah. I was listening to an interview with my son.
Okay.
And he was saying like how like that rape shit really does happen in jail, and how there was two dudes, they call him dead arm. One dude, Dead Arm Joe, right? Because he had like a dead arm, like literally like the muscle was getting eaten away, so his arm was dead. And the way he used to knock you out, he used to just swing that bitch, and his arm was so heavy he'll knock you out, drag you into a cell, and do whatever the fuck you want. And there was another one called Pissy Black, where he used to fuck you and then he'll just pee on you and shit, like just embarrass you.
Pissy Black. He'll fuck you then pee on you?
Yeah, and then it's just like, what are you gonna do?
I hate to laugh because it's not a laughing matter, but damn, you just have to take it, and then it becomes like you're normal, and then it's like, I gotta do this to survive, and niggas is just like not really gay, but they just gay for the stay.
Yeah, man.
There's so much trauma that you have to like, that you just mentally can't recover from.
Yeah, I couldn't go to jail, dog. I couldn't. Like that's why I'm not in these streets because
I'm not getting held down against my will to get fucked.
Man,
You ain't gonna fuck my Scott tissue having ass. I was like, hey man, it's sensitive. you sure you want to come up in this, man? I didn't wipe too well this morning, man.
Oh,
You're gonna get red on it.
That reminds me of that Martin joke where he talked about how he'd be like the shittiest, nastiest nigga in jail.
Oh, yeah.
So he's like, hey, what's up, man? Want to talk a bit? He just be stinky, just not wash his ass ever. So he be so stank, nobody want to fuck him. That was a shout out to Martin. That was a classic bit on You So Crazy. What else we got, Tony?
What was I gonna say?
We've been very disgusting today. I apologize, guys, for the content.
Jesse's a liar. Smollett? How do you say his name? Smollett?
I don't. Smollett.
Smollett? Like, I don't know how the fuck you say that nigga name.
Smollett? I don't know. We'll just say Jesse.
Yeah, Jesse.
But he still hasn't admitted it. He's still saying like, "Hey, they're wrong. God's got me." Like he's still not.
Nigga, I seen a story that came out, and people are like, "See, I told you he was telling the truth." It said like they showed like some texts between him and his trainers, the two Nigerian guys, and it said that he wrote a check,
Right.
and the check said 6-week nutrition program, and I'm thinking to myself. I'm like, this is the evidence that y'all present to show that he's innocent?
It was $3,500.
You really believe that if I'm going to sign a check or I'm going to write you a check for a stage attack, I'm going to write on the check $3,500 for ass whooping attack, for whooping my ass? I'm going to write that on the fucking check?
Right. I mean, he's dumb, but he ain't that dumb.
Yeah, like, come on, man.
But the fact that he wrote a check,
Yeah.
like, nigga, why didn't you just cash it? Like,
Yeah, I don't know.
who writes a check for the crime?
But at the same time, man, the whole shit is fucked
It's so
up.
weird.
Like, you was at Subway in Chicago at 2 o'clock in the morning, and it's negative 20 degrees. You was walking?
I don't. Yeah, I still don't get that. How you outside in Chicago in December, January? Never. That wouldn't be me. 2 a.m. Postmates it, nigga. You got money. You got Postmates money.
Yeah,
Like me, I have to go to Subway. Because I need that extra $5.
For real, dog.
That'll difference between the half and the foot long, okay? But you're not in that position, Jesse.
Dog.
Fucking get Postmates. Or what's the other ones that we drive?
DoorDash.
Grubhub.
All that shit.
You got options.
Uber Eats, nigga.
You didn't have to do this for whatever the cause you're trying to fight for.
Yeah, and then he got 2 black people, Nigerians.
All right. Where did the news come from?
I don't fucking know, man.
You don't even deserve prayer, man. Fuck. You just embarrassed us, Jesse, for Black History Month.
Yeah, dog. You did this shit happened in Black History
Malcolm,
Month.
you show that clip where they had him singing about Malcolm X on the show, like would be lying or something like that. It was so funny. Like it's just so wrong now.
Yo, y'all are disrespecting the gay Tupac.
Man, fuck the gay Tupac.
that.
He ain't no gay Tupac.
Why the fuck would you say that?
That's crazy, huh?
I hate. That's my biggest gripe actually with this thing is that he called himself gay Tupac, and just you in a club reading your shit off of cue cards. You know, they couldn't hold me down speech. Like fuck out of here, man.
I'm the gay Tupac.
Now he's saying he has a untreated medical issue. So now he's blaming it on maybe something like a mental health or whatever. Which I'm really hating now is that when things go bad for somebody, then they just blame mental health. Because now that people are using that, and that's not right to the people who actually do need.
Yeah, to the people that actually have
and can't function on a day to day.
What was I gonna say?
The amount of ammo too that whole thing gives to people who are like against the cops.
Oh,
Man.
that is what
Black
really
struggle, the
pissed me-
gay struggle, the mental health struggle, all have gotten their causes pushed back because of him.
Yeah.
It does affect that.
Yep.
It's there was somebody people that's the thing. We also compare struggles sometimes. Sometimes it's necessary. Sometimes it's not when the cases are different. You know what I'm saying? Like people are like, why are we paying all this attention to Jussie when R. Kelly or Bill Cosby or any of the pedophiles doing something like he's wrong too.
Yeah.
But this is just a different
this is something else.
setback.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All these things are bad things. And sometimes people want to say, well, one is more important than the other, one weighs more than the other. And that does have some merit, but just right now, the impact that this has does affect us in a way too. Even though it's not as damaging or it's a different kind of damage, but it's still damage nevertheless.
Yeah. Jussie Smollett is the Asia Argento of black people.
The who or the who?
So who to who?
Oh. That's a deep Me Too call.
Okay.
You never know that that's the girl that like started Me or like helped start Me Too, and then
She's a founder?
yeah, but then apparently the founder was this black chick, and then everybody
it was a black chick for sure.
and then the white girl took it over, which is apparently a thing.
Appropriation. Another thing that sets us back as a people.
Yeah, but then it came out that she had sex with a dude who was underage, even though because she got Me Too. She was the Harvey Weinstein chick.
Oh,
She's the OG Harvey Weinstein
Niggas
chick.
can't be in a cause when they fucked up.
Yeah.
I mean, well, no, because I can't even say that because, like Charlamagne always points out to this, it's like this generation would never allow a Malcolm X to happen because they'll just hold everything that you did in your past against you.
Yeah,
and he changed his life and became a better person, but everybody has flaws. There's no person perfect, record clean, spot shiny, no skeletons. But so okay, I guess I could say I could be down for what happened because she got taken advantage of, even though she took advantage of somebody herself.
They were both wrong. They can both be wrong.
They can both be wrong.
But it does when you champion yourself as the face of a movement.
Yes,
you can't. That's like R. Kelly running like McDonald's house or something.
Well, no, that's just him saying that it's because of my mother and the person who slept with me is the reason why I'm doing this, and that's a whole other can of worms. But
yeah.
It's just thing, man. I don't know.
R. Kelly's daycare, and then that comes out.
Goddamn,
and it's like,
I ain't gonna lie, man. I love my people, but black people, y'all got to do better because y'all are fucking pissing me off with this whole R. Kelly thing. Like,
you talking about the fans that are still holding him up, or the other ones who are like not saying like which part? Which
the ones that are holding him up still. Like, so for example, I'm in this group chat, for my Madden league. And this nigga that I know, he keeps posting like R. Kelly songs, and he's like, "Yeah, free my nigga Kells." I'm like, dog, this nigga is a serial molester.
Serial.
You know what I mean? Like, this nigga pees on people.
It got to the point where he kind of had his own ring and cult.
And I said, dog, you just got with your girl. You talking about having a kid. God forbid you have a daughter and some nigga do that shit to her.
Then what?
You know what I mean? Are you gonna want to go to this nigga's shop or whatever?
And still play his music?
And you still want to play? Fuck with him? No. Like, these people. Like, I understand. Like, the families of these kids are stupid.
Right.
But at the same time, like, they still have to live with that. And I know they feel bad for whatever the fuck happened. And also, it's like the nigga's wrong, bro. I know he made good music, but if you gonna listen to his music, listen to that shit in silence somewhere. Go somewhere else. Don't let us know you listening to it, dog.
True. Okay, so you're saying if a person still can't let go of the music, they can still listen to the music and whatever. That's just you. That's your choice.
Shut
whatever.
up about it. Just be quiet about it.
Are you forever canceling R. Kelly? Can you talk about this publicly?
Yeah, I can talk about.
You think you're forever you'll never listen to R. Kelly in any sort of fashion?
That is very hard for me.
Right.
Because I love music.
Because I'm hearing a lot about this Michael Jackson documentary that's like this.
Dog, that is one thing I will never do.
This might be big. Even if it is true, it's like, no, I can't.
Dog, you don't understand like what Michael Jackson has done for my family.
Right.
Like,
I know. A lot of people's family.
You know my Uncle Nelson.
Yes.
This nigga literally used to dress like Michael Jackson. He had a Jerry curl. He had the Beat It outfit, Billie Jean. He had the glove. He had all that shit. And then when I was a kid out in LA in South Central, he used to put me in all these little talent shows, dress me up like Michael Jackson, and make me do all the choreographed dances.
Yep.
You know what I mean? When Michael Jackson came to Miami, right? It was like when me and Primo were growing up.
Oh, at Aventura Mall, I remember.
I told you about Aventura Mall when KB Toys was still open, and they shut the store down because he was there, and my brother got locked inside, and he picks up my little brother and brings him to the door and like open the door so they can get him out. I'm just like,
you got to meet Michael and see Michael.
I didn't get to meet him. Preemie got to meet him, but as a kid because
how old was Preemie?
Preemie was probably like 3-4 years old.
So he doesn't really remember that.
Yeah, he does not remember.
He got kicked out of a toy store by Michael Jackson.
And you didn't get to see Michael at all.
I saw him at the window. I was like, oh my God.
But you saw his face.
Yeah. I was right there. I was right there at the door, but like I didn't get close to the doors there. But I'm just like that's something I always envy Preemie for. You know what I mean?
You got held.
You got held by Michael Jackson.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
But yeah, it's
my friend has a conscious cleansing solution. Is every time you listen to a Michael song, or if you have a day where you listen to Michael, you donate to children pedophilia victims.
Oh yeah, that'll definitely.
She said that's what she's doing. She said, I'm not canceling Michael. She says, I've already come to the terms with it. She's like, I don't give a fuck what's in that documentary. I'm not canceling Michael. She's like, I'm sorry. I love the music too much. If he is a piece of shit, fine. But I'm gonna just donate money to victims of children pedophilia and help that cause. But I'm not. She's like, I'm not canceling Michael. Yeah. Shout outs to Carrie Coddett. I'm with you, sister, because I'm not canceling Michael. I haven't stopped. I don't actively listen to R. Kelly. It has been decided with me and my girl that it's not going to work as bedroom music anymore. So we don't use R. Kelly.
What was your go-to song?
It's probably either Seems Like You're Ready, Sex Me. Most of the 12 play songs usually would get the most play from R. Kelly.
Mine was I Wish.
You fucking weirdo. That's not even about sex. Nigga, that's about somebody he lost, nigga. This nigga, let me follow by I Wish the remix when the nigga starts rapping. Like, get the fuck out of here, Paul.
Yeah.
Can't believe my ears on what everybody's saying.
Hey, it kept me hard.
This nigga plays the video when he talks to his grandmother in the heaven scene like, I just don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Kelly, baby.
That's when I bust.
You gotta do the right thing. Yo, Paul, you an idiot, man.
Yo, who remembers Mad TV?
I remember.
All right.
World's Rapist? Or Harry Spears?
I'm the world's greatest statutory rapist.
That was a classic.
Harry Spears.
He ripped that one. Shout outs to Aries, man. Yeah, he did his thing on that one.
That shit was hilarious, dog.
I am a mountain. Oh, I am a lion. That was such a funny song, though.
And you see like the little girls with the Girl Scout cookies.
That was such a fun, good parody.
He would buy the cookies and he looks at the camera.
Yeah, man. So I wish, huh, Paul?
Oh man.
What would be? I got a question. What would be?
Come on and braid my hair. Come on and braid my hair.
My hair.
That's when we're laying there recovering. That's getting ready. So who would be? Because Michael Jackson was devastating. Who would be the person that if a scandal popped out about them, it would be even more devastating to you than Michael Jackson?
At this point,
yeah.
Oh,
you got one? The top's Michael?
Yeah. These two people, because they're so important to the black community, LeBron James or Obama.
Okay, so it's not personal, but you feel
Patrick
like overall.
Beverly.
Fuck you.
If you got, I was like, that doesn't surprise me. His hair look wild. Like, this nigga looks like a pedophile. He preys on the young. So you think for you, is it for you, or you think for black people that would be the worst thing after Michael would be LeBron and Obama? I would agree.
Yeah, that's
and maybe Jay-Z.
Yeah, well,
he has a flawed past, but it wasn't pedophile like. Yeah, but it's touchy with the Foxy shit. And
but these two guys were so perfect.
Example of excellence, like flawless backgrounders as far as like
no scandals,
no even close of a scandal.
And then it just popped up that like he was fucking with like little kids.
Like all the kids that he promised, he was promising them other stuff, and he was doing that stuff. Yeah, and this is me being the comic side, but I hope I not even hope. I'm confident. I believe that LeBron and Obama have walked a right path and continue to walk a right path and set a great example for us as a people.
Yeah, I got a tricky one for you.
Give me your guy,
Smokey Robinson, because he wrote everybody's music.
That's a good point, Paul.
So you'd have to cancel everybody.
Cancel Motown. Shit.
You got to cancel a whole fucking era of music.
Yeah.
Multiple eras.
Yeah.
God damn.
Late 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. Damn, man. Yeah. Smokey or Stevie. Yeah. Because Stevie wrote a lot too, but Smokey for sure, because he's the founding, he's pretty much the founding
Stevie,
guy.
I'd be impressed by.
Yo, was it the Grammys?
You on a roll today, Paul?
Was it the Grammys where he like pretended to like act like he could see the card?
Oh yeah.
He opens the card and he's like,
yeah. Stevie got jokes, man.
Yeah, he's funny, man.
Yo, did you guys see Charles Barkley on the halftime show?
Which one? When he made fun of Jussie? Oh, you heard that? Oh, yeah.
Goodness.
He was like, Jussie, if he wanted to do that, he should have walked into Liam Neeson's neighborhood. He would have definitely got everything that he was looking for. Just walk around Liam Neeson's neighborhood. He liked black people at night. Charles was killing it. He was on a roll. He had the whole studio fucking rolling, yo. Yeah. Like Shaq, you hear Shaq when Shaq laugh, you hear Kenny, but then you heard like camera crew, like, yo, when he said the Jussie to Liam shit, yo, Charles Barkley is naturally one of the funniest
Yeah, he's
niggas
a
ever.
funny guy,
Like,
yeah.
he's just randomly just the shit that spews out of his mouth, like especially when he really thinks it's funny.
Yeah.
That like he had the whole studio like tearing up for like a whole minute and a half.
Because it was awkward at first.
It
When
was
they brought
awkward,
it up.
and then
they were
and then
like,
it just
what?
kept rolling, and then like
And they
niggas-
kept showing a picture of Jussie with new captions. They kept putting up a picture of him with.
they kept killing it. Yeah.
Shaq, the Liam Neeson one was my favorite. But
Yeah, it was.
my second favorite one
Of that
was
night?
when Ernie went over to the Post-it notes on the wall. Did you see that part?
What was that?
So he walks over. Basically, anytime Charles would say something outrageous, he'd write it down on a Post-it note, like make an outrageous claim, and put it on the Post-it note so that they could read them at the end of the year. So I think Kenny said, "What's the most outrageous note that's over there that's still up?" And then Shaq goes, "That two white dudes would beat up." He's like, two black dudes would dress as white dudes to beat up.
Jussie.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
That was funny.
Watch that. Shout out to TNT.
Yeah, man, I love Inside the NBA. This is like crazy though. They're really like an Emmy award, multiple Emmys, like that crew.
Yeah.
For they've cleaned up for like several years.
That's what comedy should be. It should be that halftime because they didn't care.
They don't give a shit, and they really like they wow. It's such a fucking I love Inside the NBA. I hope they stick around forever. Like I hope Charles just does that. Shaq's been great. With him and Shaq have the fucking little bit of ego. Like I don't know, has it ever gotten like real serious when they kind of bark at you? That's just in the moment shit.
I think it's just in the moment.
I think they're friends. Like I don't believe that they still have the lingering results from when they fought each other.
Yeah, I don't think
like
so,
these dudes actually like fought when they was playing.
It'd be so funny.
And they play that shit like at least 3 times a year.
Whenever he does like the little short, like little sneak disses,
Yeah.
he'd be like, "You can't ask me a question like that, Charles. I'm a champion." Like he'll say like little shit like that. you know what I
Right.
mean?
He'd be
Like,
just jabbing him with the rings.
he'd be like,
rings.
he'd be like, "Charles, how many rings do you have?
Yeah, you ain't got rings to be talking like that.
You don't have rings to be talking like that." That shit is hilarious.
Yeah, they flex a lot, but I love
Or
it.
he'd be like, "Come on, Chucky.
Come on, Chucky."
Come on, Chucky."
Yeah, C-Web was good too when he was there, but I think he's doing more games now. So but the studio, the best. I think that lineup with Shaq, Kenny, EJ, and Charles is tight.
Yeah.
We got anything else, Tony?
What was the question that I asked you last week? Oh, I asked Nick this question.
I just thought, remember when we had the thing where you wanted to ask these girls about scenario with cheating or whatever like that, and we had 2 women on the podcast.
Yeah,
we,
I forgot
we
that
forgot.
because we were just so like.
We'll get some more ladies back.
Yeah,
Don't
we
worry.
were just.
Yeah. We had fun, but go ahead. Sorry.
That was the question I was gonna.
That was it?
Yeah, that was it.
Update on that next week on what happened.
So,
Yeah, pretty much.
I asked Nick. I said, "Do you think it's possible to love someone but still cheat on them?"
I said yeah, for sure.
It takes somebody who has separated sex and relationships like to a point, because there are people out there that claim that like that they're poly, like I'm poly, whatever. So I guess if you believe them, but I feel like I don't know. I feel like if you're totally about somebody, then it's rough. Unless you're like in the moment or like you made a mistake, like you're super fucked up or whatever.
I say yeah because us as niggas we just like pussy. And especially like it comes a time where you just be out and you see a bad bitch and she's fucking with you and then you can easily just slip up. You know what I mean?
The lure of temptations.
Yeah.
And we just can't fight it off the same way women do. Like some women believe it's a choice, you chose to do that or whatever. But guys just fuck for different reasons. Like 9 times out of 10, because I think people need to get to this point where like people don't even want to have the conversation because they just want to challenge it on who you're attacking or making your argument against. No argument that's made means all. It's never gonna be all.
Yeah.
There's no way to quantify that the 4 billion women and the 2 billion men, all of them do the same things. Like, so people should understand that in most cases, it's never all. It's either some to most. 9 times out of 10, if you ask a guy why he's cheating, it will probably be a completely different reason than why the girl cheats. And I think probably 7 times out of 10, it would be most likely because I do it because I wanted to do something bad. My girl wasn't letting me do that, and I couldn't contain myself. Or you just needed to get away, or you were like she's driving you crazy, so you fucking somebody else to just not go crazy.
Yeah,
because like for a guy, the release of a nut in another body or whatever for some reason that quantifies in our mind that I won't strangle this bitch when I get home, or I won't leave this family if I cheat and mess around so that I can stay sane. Whatever reason, it probably doesn't make sense, but for whatever in the guy's mind, that's how we feel to make sure we don't cheat so I don't leave my girl who I love and who's my main one. I needed to get off of this jump off. This side chick gives me peace, gives me, a thing that my girl can't give me, and the way if it stays like that, it'll be easier for me to love her right now.
The release of a nut in another body. You made that sound so spiritual.
It is spiritual, man. The release of a nut.
I'm all for monogamy, dog, but naturally that shit is just weird. It's not weird. It's hard.
By nature, we are conquerors.
Yeah,
it's a nature instinct to conquer as many as possible.
So let me ask you something, right?
Even if people think it's a shallow thing for us to just chase women or whatever and glorify our numbers, instinctually we're not meant to be with one person.
Yeah, Paul, what's your favorite album of all time?
Oh God.
You could give me one that you really like. This album that you really like right now. It doesn't have to be your favorite one.
It doesn't matter to John. We know you're into weird shit.
Yeah. Supernatural Santana.
All right,
Okay.
right.
That's Carlos Santana?
That's your favorite album. Let's just say that's your favorite album. Right?
Yeah.
You can only listen to that album for the rest of your life. That's what marriage is.
Yeah.
Like, there's new music coming out every day. You know what I mean?
Tracks 1 through 10. That's all you got.
Yeah. There's new music coming out all the time.
Can I change my answer to I Wish?
To the TP2 album?
No. I just want the single.
Yeah.
Like, there's new music coming out all the time, but you can't listen to it. You can look at the album cover.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You can look at the track list.
Sam Goody used to let you hear a minute of the song. Remember, you used to hear like a little intro?
No, you can't. See, you can't even listen to the intro.
Oh, right.
Because listening to the intro might push you enough
to do it. To
want to go ahead and buy the whole fucking album.
That's like grinding at the club.
Yes.
Yeah.
So like,
You should write that down. So that might be a new joke for you.
I've been working on it, man.
There you
I've been working on it. But like, me listening to the sample is like, just like me grabbing a titty or something. It's like, ooh, this is nice.
And when the nigga pull that plastic off.
Yeah, I wonder what the other titties like. It's both titties. Now I done listen to a sample of 2 tracks, and you know what I mean. And let me see what the ass is like. Now I done listen to track 3.
Oh, that's the interlude right there.
That's track 4 and 5. Fuck it, man. I might as well buy the album now.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So like, it's that's how I see marriage. So I just figured, I was like, man, I'm just gonna get married when I just get it all out.
So you got to marry a double album.
Yeah. You got to marry a double album, dog. Something that like it'll take you too long to get tired of.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But
so who would be like the Napster then? Of it's like R. Kelly's the Napster of music.
The Napster was that was a downloading site, right?
Yeah,
It fucked up the music industry. It fucked up the music industry, Napster.
Exactly. But
the music industry had a chance to be ahead of the curve, and they resisted it because they got comfortable in their lane and they didn't think anything could challenge hardcover stuff. Yeah. They could have embraced Napster and got ahead of the field, but they decided they thought they knew better, and they were lazy. They were comfortable with how they were making money, and then the downloading shit. It slowly but surely took them out the game, and now they have to keep adjusting every couple of years because of how we do it now with streaming and stuff. And it keeps changing the game because they don't want to acquiesce.
What was the last album you bought? Either it could be physical or digital, but like that you bought, not Spotify. Like you actually bought this album.
Mine was Jay-Z, the Magna Carta. Mm-hmm. Is that the one with fuck
the cell phone download?
Is like fuck with me, I got it.
That was Magna Carta.
I had the actual hard copy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn, that's tough, dog. The last album that I bought, it might have been. And you said hardcover, right?
No, it could be digital.
The digital?
If you say like that U2 one that everybody got for free.
Damn, yo, I can't even remember. It might have been one of my friend's comedy albums. I purchased a comedy album. Yeah.
Supportive.
I supported, yeah.
That's dope.
Shout out to Nico. I bought Nico's album.
Nice.
Yeah. Nico White, if you guys want to get his album, Introducing Me. Mm-hmm. So it's a plug, Nico. Yeah.
But like I said, if you compare Napster, right, to like relationship and like relationship type shit.
Who's the LimeWire?
Like the LimeWire would
gives you tons of diseases.
LimeWire would be Figueroa Street in South Central where all the hoes is walking up and down. That's LimeWire.
That's LimeWire.
Because you get all type of hoes, right? Just like you get all type of music.
Yep.
You just got to be careful which one you get because you might get that Bill Clinton, I did not rape that woman. You remember? It was like you would download a song and it would be Bill Clinton.
It'd be the Bill Clinton speech.
I'm like, what the fuck? How the fuck did I get this?
Yeah.
This is not mystical shake that ass. This is fucking...
That's funny. Oh, man. So what's like downtown LA? What's Skid Row? What's the analogy for that one?
The Skid Row?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Of music.
That was a Bear Share. What you had on your computer, Nick.
I never had Bear Share. I had LimeWire.
No, Nick.
What's Bear Share?
Yeah, it's like LimeWire, but like another version of it. I remember because I was like, you don't use LimeWire? You're like, nah, because Bear Share like doesn't have as much viruses.
I don't remember Bear Share.
Yeah.
I never used Bear Share. I always remember LimeWire. You know how I know? Because in my...
I know you use LimeWire, but you also use Bear Share later on. I remember specifically because I didn't know what the fuck it was.
That must have been my mom who had Bear Share.
Okay, maybe it was your mom, but it was on the computer, and I remember like the outside of it, the look of it was like baby blue.
Oh, okay.
I would never forget that part.
Yeah.
It was baby blue.
I definitely caught a bunch of viruses on LimeWire.
And then they came out with FrostWire. You remember FrostWire?
I do remember FrostWire.
After LimeWire got taken down.
They were literally all the same thing.
They're all the same shit.
Just with a different name.
Yeah.
I think it was the same fucking developer.
I tried so many different things to download on LimeWire because it was music, it was albums, it was porn, it was a dunk contest.
You could download whole like movies on this
movies,
shit.
yeah. I never went for movies because movies just took forever.
Yeah, because you had the DSL.
It's too much.
You didn't really have like high speed internet.
I didn't have high speed.
It would take 2 days to download a fucking movie.
Come back from school, 37%.
Yeah, it was like fuck.
Yo, I remember those days.
And God forbid, like your mother get a phone call from Haiti.
Oh.
And the shit lasts longer than 15 minutes.
As soon as you take the call, that shit pause.
Yeah, that download is stopping, boy.
And then if you get a restart, buffering, can't download.
Oh, damn.
The buffer.
Host cannot be found.
Host cannot be found. I remember them days.
Yeah.
God damn, we've come a long way with technology.
Yes, we have.
That shit is so quick and instant now. Well, man.
We're definitely spoiled.
We're spoiled. We're spoiled.
Definitely spoiled.
What's going on, everybody? How you guys doing? Professional wise. Paul, you been doing some shows? What's
I just performed at the Comedy Store for the first time.
How'd it go? You did Crack 'em Up, right?
No, I didn't do Crack 'em Up.
What'd you do?
Although that's hilarious. Michelle, hit me up. I did Shindig.
What night
Jimmy
is that?
Shin show. It was a Friday night. Friday night. Sold out show.
Sold out. Belly room, you said?
Belly room early show.
Okay.
So it was
Don't matter.
8 p.m. show.
That's great. That's prime time.
Perfect. Yeah. And it was sold out crowd. It was amazing. The only bad thing is, and I don't want to say bad thing, but unfortunate timing was the day that one of my favorite comics passed away, which is Brody Stevens.
Oh yeah,
one of my favorites.
R.I.P. Brody Stevens. He was definitely a comic who was very well loved and appreciated in L.A. and New York as well. And he was a veteran of about 20 plus years. As a stand up, and the community just felt his passing. It's a apparent suicide. The details we still don't really know, but he, it's when the comedy community loses one, it really sucks. And actually, I'll pay the respects right now to a friend of mine who I knew more so, Kevin Barnett, who passed away. We were on hiatus when that happened, but he passed away last month actually. Yeah,
both of those, and there was a girl, Anna something, I forgot who it was, but she also passed.
But Brody was like a comedy store staple.
And he was one of those guys that like you could barely know. I tell people I had maybe 5 or 6 conversations with him ever in my life. He made you feel like you were his homie, like just talking about both like all those conversations were like, he if you had a question for him or if you gave him praise, he knew how to take it. So it was a weird night because obviously that vibe was in the air.
I was there last night. It was super somber at the bar.
Yeah.
I saw Willie Hunter. I didn't approach anybody because I just kind of felt like a little weird, out of place.
Yeah.
But he was giving hugs. Like the vibe is just very sad. You feel it.
Yeah.
The store just has a thing of when things are great and cheerful and joyful, you feel it at the store. And when it's a somber, it's a sad mood, like it definitely.
Yeah, because we could all relate to that.
It's all like people believe like there's the ghosts of the comics that still come to the store and their presence is still there. It really, there's things that just manifest in that club, man. It's crazy. Like the Richard Pryor ghosts in there, the Sam Kinnisons, like everybody who done passed away. Now the owner who started everything, Mitzi Shore. Like people just feel like spirits in there, man. And so hopefully Brody's spirits are going to be at the store. I believe in that stuff.
Yeah, and I will say that normally for a gig like that, I don't get nervous for shows unless it's like bigger shows.
For sure.
So like that show I was definitely at first nervous for, but afterwards I just kept repeating that mantra of like enjoy it. Like
Yeah.
just enjoy it,
Have
which
fun.
was like his catchphrase, like enjoy it.
Because his act was like very unconventional, right? He used to like sing
Yeah.
and fuck with the crowd. He did like really weird stuff.
Yeah, he
but it
was
was
that
original.
late night. He would go on stage for 45 minutes at like 2 a.m. or whatever,
and just have fun.
yeah, he was the audience warm up guy for everybody. What is it? Best damn sports show. He was the audience
Really?
warm up for that.
Ah.
He did all the Comedy Central shows. He was the audience warm up for that. That's the first time I ever saw him was doing audience warm up.
Hilarious.
Yeah,
Well,
so-
not hilarious, but that's interesting.
Yeah, he went up and sang a Black Eyed Peas song, and he kept like, what was it? Tonight's gonna be a good night, but he like kept changing the lyric, and it was, to me, it was the funniest thing ever because he's like, it's gonna be a great night, it's gonna be the best night, but he was a positive guy. But like I said,
You just never know, man.
we've all had those feelings, you know.
So yeah, and like he said, like you won't hear a bad story about him when you encounter him or in public or whatever. And like I said, cheerful. His act is really like weird and unconventional, and it's like positive, it's upbeat. And I believe he did it. He actually got a half hour, right? There's a clip of him people have been sharing, and I think he did in Boston, but it's like 25 years ago, like 2014. He did a half hour, but he never got a chance to do like his hour special. He didn't, elevate, and he's been around like 20 years.
He did an hour at the store that got released as his album.
Okay.
But what's crazy about this? Imagine having this as your album. It's the last set of the night. The crowd has already seen Killers the entire night, and then he decides at the end of the night to record an hour-long album. So people are walking out during his set. People are not laughing. There's a sense of awkwardness. But if you're a comic, he was the quintessential comics comic. Yeah. Because if you listen to that album and you're a comic, you're dying laughing because you know that feeling of people talking during your set and walking out. But he kept all of that in the album. So listen to that live from the main room.
Really?
The Comedy Store on Spotify.
I should check it out because that's. Let me tell you something. The store, they changed how they run their main shows because there's the OR room, the original room, which is like when you walk up to the club, that when you see those little steps, and then when you can see people perform to the glass, that's the OR where all the comics that are past perform. So everybody pretty much does 15 minutes outside of a drop-in.
Yeah.
But before, they used to start the shows at 9, and it would go till, 1, 2 in the morning was the last spot?
Yeah.
9 to 2. Comics, like 15 comics doing 15-minute sets, just from 9 to 2. They finally decided to start on weekends, right? They split it. So now on weekends, there's like a 9 to 11:30, and then like 11:30 to whatever. Something like that. Like
I think they push it earlier. I think
they started earlier now, 8 to 10 and then 10 to 2, because when you get past there, your spots are always like the last. Like you always go at 1 o'clock in the morning, 1:30. If a celebrity came in and got back on stage and did 45, that pushes everybody back. So you could be fucking going up at 2 o'clock in the morning most nights. And Brody usually was always like dead to last. He never got like the sweet spots. Did he? Correct me if I'm wrong.
I mean, yeah, he get those ending main room spots.
He get ending main room spots.
But there's still like 11 p.m.
It was still late. So he like was always the guy who went up later and just always like plowed through the crowd with upbeat energy. But like to think, that's dope. We working on our graphics. We got some new designs coming.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Changes to the show.
2019 shit.
Yeah.
But I mean, to go up last and carry that out, and like you said, upbeat. But you just never know what they're dealing with when they go home, man.
Yeah,
it's tough.
Yeah.
So R.I.P. for sure. Prayers for his family and friends and all the comics who were truly affected by his passing. You said you were a legit fan of his.
Legit fan, and I mean that's something it's crazy how cosmic it can be, but that's always going to link to like however my career turns out.
Yeah,
the very first day I ever performed at the Comedy Store was the day that he passed.
Damn.
So I have it on my hat, like underneath on the bill. I have "Enjoy It" and the date written in mark, and because I wrote it before the show because I wanted to go up there and just kind of channel that energy.
Yeah.
And I went up there and I had probably one of the best sets I've ever had, to the point where the producer of the show, whenever the comic would go up and go to the side, and it was a belly room show of like, they weren't Comedy Store regulars, it's just comics and developmental spots.
Yeah.
So whenever the comic would get off, he'd go to the back. When I got off stage, Jimmy Shin came up to me.
He was like, yo.
He was like, that was a great set, man, blah, blah, blah. So like that confidence boost of like, not only did I perform at the store, but, and I honestly, I give him credit because I went up there with the idea of just enjoy it. However it happens, just enjoy it.
Use him as a symbol of inspiration.
Yeah,
and keep that as a reminder. Says like, this is what I'm doing it for.
Absolutely.
To have fun and talk my truth.
Absolutely.
That's what's up, man. Shit, I feel like that's a good note. You know what I'm saying? We want to wrap. Any last thoughts, Ty?
Like Paul said, enjoy it, man.
It's just simple.
Do what you do and be happy, and enjoy what you do. You know what I mean? You never want to be doing something for the rest of your life that you don't enjoy it or something that you hate because it'll make your life miserable.
Yeah.
So even if it's not like the most lucrative, if it's keeping you happy, you know what I mean? It's keeping you alive, then, do that.
Absolutely.
But at the end, just be happy with what you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah. With that being said, yeah, just I know, yeah, it was a little weird, no, but like I think it's just necessary to have those conversations. Comedy is something that affects me. This is my love. Tony is taking a different path in his career, but he's always been a lover of comedy. Because we've been watching sketch TV and clips and obsessed over comedy for years as since we've been friends. And Paul, I know you're young in the game too as a comic, but you have a great appreciation with it, and I think like a lot of older comedians respect that, and I definitely respect you as a comic. I'm looking forward to like catching you when you get to rock out and like do longer sets and stuff like that as you work your way through LA, and then you got your chance to do Comedy Store. So congrats on that.
Thank you.
It doesn't matter what room of the store, it's the Comedy Store. You did a Friday night, man. There's people wishing that they could do that. So
yeah,
you just always look at the big picture. It's like this is just a first step, and if you get the chance to like plow through potlucks, and then you get your day. One day you get your name on the wall, then you get passed, and you work. Just man, commit to that shit, man.
Yeah, I'm down for it.
Fuck everything else, man. Just commit to that.
I'm down for it.
Please follow at For the Culture Live. One more thing, Tony.
I got one more thing. Oh, and always check on your friends.
That too.
Y'all might not talk for a while or whatever. You know what I mean, but don't be too prideful to hit them up first and see what they going through, see if they all right. Because you never know what your friends are going through. You know what I mean? Like, they might seem happy, but they might have some shit going on. So always check on them, make sure they're all right.
Yeah. I'm going to take like an hour to think about all my friends and then reach out to them. Reach out to your friends. Follow at For the Culture Live. Keep supporting us, man. CPU Podcast Network. We growing. We building. We got the videos now, so we probably gonna be posting some clips and shit like that because we have been doing some really good things and
we're working on a logo too.
Working on a new logo, new flyer, we branding and doing all that good stuff. Follow me.
The remix to the theme song is coming out soon too.
And we're gonna remix this theme, bitch. Follow me at Nick of Comedy. Go ahead, Tom.
Follow me at Comedy Bones.
Yep.
Or at Ty Sterlin. Either one.
Either or. And Paul, you could plug, man. You've been rocking with us today.
Yeah,
too.
man. Follow me at the Paul Antonio. And I want to give a shout out to Nick for rocking it at the Sycamore Tavern the other day.
Oh, thank you, man.
Yo, the fact that we can that we get to hang out as a family.
For sure. It is a cool thing. Shout outs to Nick Gant, who put together for us.
Comedy Pop-Up CEO.
Comedy Pop-Up CEO, man. Like, yeah, that was a fun show. Like, I was in there, I got to talk to like Ty, and I was outside a little bit, and then I came inside to watch some of the comics. And yeah, that crowd was great, man. I was like, man, I really like what Sycamore's been doing. It's like a really like a good venue in Hollywood for us to do stuff.
Yeah, Sam Tripoli's killing it, man.
He turned it around, man. He's put some work into it. It's gonna be like our New York Grizzly Pier. Mm-hmm. I feel like. Have you been in New York?
No, never been.
Okay, I got people's for you when you go to New York. But I'll tell you, go Grizzly Pier. When you check it out, you'll be like, I can see what you're saying about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's not a comedy club, but it's a place that it works. The setting is there for it. You know what I'm saying? Like the stage is there, the lit. It has all the elements that you need to pull off a comedy show. Like I think next time when I do a show, I'm probably gonna do something at Sycamore, and I fucks with it. Sycamore, shout out to Sycamore Tavern. Yeah. And have a good one, folks. We'll be back next week. So for the culture, peace out.
Peace.